It's not by accident that you're hearing this today. Your guardian angels have something important to say, and it directly involves a person from your past, someone who left a mark on your heart, both in beautiful and painful ways. The two of you aren't exactly on good terms, yet a certain event will soon bring a shift you didn't expect. The angels say, you saw something in them that not everyone did. Something tender, something hopeful. Maybe they didn't always show it, but you sensed it was there. And because of that, you gave more of yourself than you normally would. You made space for their complexity, their fears, their inconsistency. You extended grace, even when it cost you your peace. That kind of heart isn't weak. It's rare, and not everyone knows what to do when they're met with that level of genuine care. Have you ever stopped to realize how extraordinary that is? The way you chose to love with openness, even after being hurt in the past. That wasn't foolishness. That was bravery. That was hope. And although things didn't turn out the way you expected, it doesn't erase the beauty of what you tried to build. The version of you that showed up for them, that version deserves recognition. It speaks volumes about the kind of soul you have. There was a time when just being near this person made your world feel different. You laughed easier. You felt more seen. And for a moment, you truly believed that the connection between you was mutual. They gave you just enough to make you hope, and that's what made the truth so hard to accept. Eventually, everything changed. You uncovered things you never wanted to believe. They weren't being honest, not with you, and possibly not even with themselves. You felt manipulated, strung along, and deeply hurt. It wasn't just disappointment, it was betrayal. And even now, thinking back on it still stings. And maybe the hardest part was how long you stayed silent about it. You questioned your own instincts. You wondered if you were overreacting, if maybe you misunderstood something. But deep down you knew. And that quiet knowing, that aching awareness you carried in your chest, never really left. You've done your best to move forward, to not let it harden you, but there are still moments when it echoes, when trust feels harder to offer, when you hesitate to let people in. Did you ever wonder why it hurt that much? It's because you were real. Your intentions were pure, and when someone plays with something genuine, the damage reaches deeper. But that pain wasn't a reflection of your weakness. It was a reflection of how deeply you feel, how earnestly you love, and how much you value truth. Don't ever lose that about yourself, not because of someone who didn't know how to handle it. But what you don't know is this: that same person is quietly carrying the weight of regret. They've had time to think, time to reflect, time to understand what they lost when they lost you. I repeat, the two of you aren't exactly on good terms, yet a certain event will soon bring a shift you didn't expect. There's something coming, a moment, a conversation, or a coincidence that will open the door to something you never thought you'd revisit, the possibility of closure. Closure doesn't always come wrapped in neat little endings. Sometimes it arrives in awkward silences, unspoken glances, or unexpected messages long after you stop waiting. And sometimes it's not even about them. It's about the quiet clarity you gain when your heart finally understands what your mind already knows. Have you felt that lately? A soft shift inside. That's not random. It's the beginning of something being released. For the other person, This upcoming moment might feel like a storm they've been avoiding. The weight of unspoken words, the replay of conversations they should have handled differently, it all lingers. People often pretend they're fine until life reminds them of who they used to be and who they pushed away. And when those memories surface, they hit hard. You became one of those memories for them, an anchor of what was good, honest and warm. It's not surprising they miss you. What you offered wasn't ordinary. They've begun to understand that what they did was wrong. Deep down, they knew it even then. But it's only now, after seeing what life is like without your presence, that it truly sinks in. They miss the comfort of your words, the way you listened, the way you cared, even when they didn't always deserve it. And while that doesn't change what happened, it does change how they see you now. They want to say something, maybe even apologize, but guilt and fear are holding them back. They're not sure if reaching out would help or just hurt you all over again. Your guardian angels want you to hear this clearly. You are not responsible for their healing. You do not owe them your time, your forgiveness, or your emotional labor. What you choose to do is up to you, and you are allowed to walk away for good if that's what protects your peace. Still, they ask you to consider this. Forgiveness is not always about making someone else feel better. Sometimes it's about lightening your own load, letting go of what's heavy, making room for something better. Imagine what your life might feel like without carrying the weight of what they did. Not because you've forgotten, and not because it didn't matter, but because you've made a choice to protect your future from your past. What could you do with all that space in your heart? Who could you become if the pain wasn't standing in your way anymore? These aren't just poetic questions. They're real invitations to free yourself, to reclaim the energy you once poured into someone who didn't know how to hold it. Forgiveness isn't about rewriting history. It's about rewriting the power it has over you. You get to decide what stays in your story and what simply taught you something before you moved on. That strength you've been building silently over time. It's proof that you're more than what happened. You've grown, you've endured, and now you get to rise. And rising doesn't mean forgetting. It means remembering who you are, even after everything tried to make you doubt it. It means walking forward without needing closure from anyone else, because you've created it within yourself. That kind of healing, it's powerful, and it's yours to claim in your own time, your own way. Forgiveness doesn't mean trust. It doesn't mean returning to what once was. It simply means you've chosen not to carry their mistake any longer. Whether they reach out or not, whether you answer or not, let peace be your goal, not revenge, not regret. You were the light in that connection, even when they couldn't see it. And now, your angels want you to rise, lighter, stronger, free. This concludes the message from your guardian angels. I want to end with a prayer for you. Lord, wrap them in healing that goes deeper than words, reaching the places still aching from betrayal. Remind them of the strength it took to love with purity, and let that be their legacy, not the wound they carried. Free them from the burden of regret, whether theirs or someone else's, and fill that space with peace. Let grace lead their next steps, even if closure never comes. Amen. You are seen, you are supported, and above all, you are moving forward. Type 1111 to claim this message and the blessings inside for your own. Try and leave a positive comment for other viewers who might need a positivity boost in their day. The universe sees it as an act of kindness that fuels the cycle of good karma. You'll be spreading positivity and receiving the universe's blessings in return. Let's uplift each other and create waves of good energy together. Did you know there's a possible image of your real soulmate that you can look at right now? It might be someone you know or someone that you haven't met. It's amazing how accurate these have been. You have to see the photo to see what I mean. Click the link in the description to get your soulmate sketch. An important message is waiting for you in the next video. Will you hear it?